Welcome back to consecutive day 909 of a diary of a runpreneur. Please give this a subscribe, share, like, comment, as it is part of a fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon, and the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thank you for your support, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 909 of a diary of a runpreneur, and it is a Saturday today. It's approaching dusk, so sunset is about 45 minutes or so. It's quite windy and cold, but what I want to talk about today is that my morning, as pretty much every other Saturday, is taken up by kids football, and I'm part of my eldest son Leo's under 12s coaching setup, and I also try and follow my youngest son's under 8s team as well. And fortunately, they both won today. My youngest son team 141, which meant they finished second in their league, which is the top league in the region. So cool achievement for them. And my eldest son, the under 12s, they won 3-1, and they're top of, I think, League 4 out of about 12 leagues, but four points clear with the game in hand. So they're in really good place. So it's pretty cool seeing how well both teams are doing. The issue is, though, today, is that I often do reffing. So I reffed the match today, and the team we played against was just a horrible team. And I use those words carefully, but I was going to choose a nicer word, but there isn't really a word to describe it. They're under 12, so they're 11 and 12-year-old kids, and they're from an area which is quite a nice area, but it's got a really nice area and a not so nice area. And these kids were clearly from the not so nice area, because you can always tell, you get a feeling about how the team is going to be when you look at the parents that are watching them, you look at the coaching staff who are coaching them, and you look at the players themselves. And I feel very sad sometimes, because this team were just horrible. I mean, they were shouting obscenities at our kids when a tackle was made, really offensive words at them, threatening to kill them. I've never heard that on a football field before. And the coaching staff were disputing every single decision. And when I ref, I take my reffing seriously, because it's a competitive game, so it's my duty, regardless that I'm associated with the home team, to be non-biased and to call it as I see it, as I often say as a ref, and just do the best I can. And I had lots of people coming up saying that I controlled the game incredibly well, considering they had parents screaming obscenities on the sidelines. You had their coaching staff who were just disputing and arguing every opportunity, and almost geeing these poor kids up to be hooligans on the pitch. I mean, they were going in for dangerous tackles. You know, prime example is one of our guys was through on goal. He was going to go goal, and another kid took him out, and blatantly, no attempt for the ball, just straight for his legs. And in a professional game that would be a sending off occurrence, but under 12s, I thought, well, just give the free kick and have a stern word with the individual. But I'm not going to send a child off in an under 12s match. I just don't think it's right to do that at that age. But I was well within my rights to do so. But yeah, it was just a horrible experience, and our kids were really intimidated. It was like bullying tactics. Unfortunately, I mean, truth be told, our kids played terrible, because they were not in the right frame of mind. They was a bit fearful for some of the dangerous tackles, and but somehow we won it 3-1. And being non-biased, they played better football than us today. We didn't really deserve to win 3-1, but from some moments of genius from some of our players resulted in some amazing goals, and also some incredible goal line clearances from our boys as well, which ended that result. But it just kind of takes the fun out of it, and it makes it something that it really shouldn't be. At under 12s, it should be fun. It should be kids playing with their friends, having a competitive game, but played in the right spirit. And to the extent, at the end of the game, I went over and shook the other coach's hands. Well, as a ref, usually it's the coaches that approach you as a ref to shake your hand. And so I thought, well, I'm going to be as classy as I can here, because I didn't want to go near them. But I went over and shook their hands, and they were still kicking off about some decisions. So I just had a quiet word with them about the reasons, my justification for the decisions, and then they were arguing with our linesman. It was just an absolute debacle, and something that it's looking back and reflecting on it. Sometimes I was quite authoritative. I was quite assertive in situations, maybe overly assertive, to try and keep control, because I had to be. But I think I kept my calm pretty well, and I'm proud of that, because it's very, very easy to get sucked into these and emotionally, and then, you know, you can then potentially be overly aggressive, and it then kicks off with something that it really doesn't need to be. So I was quite pleased with myself doing that, because I am quite an emotional guy, and I do struggle to hold it together at times, in times of pressure, and sometimes I can blow, a bit of a temper sometimes, but I'm very mindfully aware of it, and it's something I'm working on. And today I feel that I got the balance right, so I'm happy with how I acted in that situation. But I just feel very sorry for those kids, because kids are super innocent, okay? It's the people around them, the upbringing, that moulds the people they become. And yeah, these were kids that I don't have huge amounts of hope for, because if they're acting like that at 12-year-olds, 11, 12-year-olds, that God knows what they're going to be like when they get older. So most of the story today is we're all role models to our children, and I don't blame those kids. I mean, there were some kids in that team that were really nice little kids, and I felt sorry for them being associated with the group that they were involved with, because the majority of them weren't nice kids, and I felt sorry for them. And the moral of the story is that as adults, if we're in close proximity to children in whatever capacity, we are role models, and it's something that's a huge level of responsibility, because the kids, if you've got children or you're around children, they look up to you, and rightly or wrongfully, they'll look up to behaviour that's unacceptable, and they'll look up to behaviour that's acceptable. I think our role is to ensure that we act more acceptably than unacceptably. So that is today's moral to the story. That's it from me. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Please do give this a subscribe, share, like, comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information's in the link in the comments below. Thank you for your support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.